Right, time to dig this little terror out and move stuff about because Tony, our subscriber, well done Tony, has won this on the raffle. Massive thanks to everyone that supported the raffle. It was a decent one. That one did quite well. That one we're going to be able to give quite a lot away to charity. I think around about, I think it's going to knock on £3.5 to £4 grand. I'll work the exact maths out because obviously a lot of the tickets are given away free when you buy a certain amount. So it's not just the total of the tickets that was the revenue. But anyway, we're going to get this off for an MOT and then we'll get the warranty wise on it. I can't remember if I MOT'd this before or not. I might have MOT'd it already, so hopefully it'll fly through again. But we've obviously had it kicking around for a few months. I said it'd go out with a brand new MOT. I think Tony did this with 10 quid's worth of tickets, so he really, really lucked out. Nice car, I say super low mileage, really clean. We'll get it down, get it MOT'd and let Tony know he's all ready to pick it up. I think he's a bit blessed as well because the weather's good now, so he'll be able to get out there with the hood on this because this is a lot of fun to drive. Now, I will say there is another raffle coming soon. I shall announce what the next raffle car is. But if you are itching to get involved in another and have a good chance like Tony to win yourself a motor, there is a raffle going on at the moment by our good pal, our Mad Mike from Classic Wheels Wales, who's got a fantastic time warp Sierra. He's got a 1.8 Sierra. I'll probably show on screen. I'll go on to that in a second. Yeah, 1.8 Sierra that has all the letters from Ford thanking the buyer. It has the instructional tape, I think it is, for the tape player for the new Ford owner. All the paperwork. It is a proper time warp car. And he's supporting, with his raffle, he's supporting children's cancer charity in Wales. So I'll get that up on screen now. God, look, the mileage was low and I thought it was 47,000 and it's got all the John Cooper Works kit on it. Tony, you're going to blooming love this. Well, we don't want Tony getting advisories for rusty discs, do we, from it sitting around. So I best go and do a little run round the block before I drop it into the MOT centre. Don't worry, I'm looking out for you, Tony. Nothing to do with the sun being out and having one last little run. So this Discovery that I've just purchased has the dubious pleasure of being the most expensive vehicle I have ever bought in Chop's garage. I don't recall ever spending more. I don't think I even spent more on my 911 Porsche. It's actually a 2015, not a 2011, and it's only done 30,000 miles. So 2015, 30,000 miles, and it is, I don't know what the exact spec is, but it is properly kitted out. We've got the snorkel, we've got the front lights in the grille there. You'll have to, all those experts will have to tell me how much of this is standard. It's keyless entry, keyless start, automatic. Where's the key? I've got to go inside and grab it. Yes, all leather, electric seats, say auto gearbox, Bluetooth, cruise control, reversing cameras, heated seats. It's just absolutely fully loaded, 100% full service history. It's got 3 sunroofs all the way back there. It's a proper nice bit of kit. It's got the Meridian sound system, paddle shift for the auto box as well. 34,431 miles. What a motor. I was going to say what a ride, but what a motor. It's got a dog guard in the back there. Boot needs a good old clean out, but it's still got the dog guard in the back. It is a really nice car. Drove it here. Drives bang on. Got the gloss black alloys. Yeah, really nice bit of kit. But yeah, heart was in the mouth a little bit as we did the transfer for payment on it, because I don't think I've actually, was it more expensive than I did buy that Mercedes SL, didn't I can't remember if that was more or less than this. I think it was a little bit less than this one. So this one holds a record, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to have a lot to say about me ploughing that much money into a Land Rover product at the moment. The point is, these are still really popular. My wife saw this and immediately wanted it, Mrs. Chops. And I had to basically bring it back down to reality that she'll stick with her little Jeep Renegade for the moment. Thank you very much. I don't want that much cash tied up in something that she's just going to put miles on and wreck. Luckily she doesn't watch these videos, so she's not going to know I said that. But yeah, I'm not going to have that much cash ploughed into something she's going to wreck. Well, I've got a little stroll around the corner because the Mini passed its MOT straight away. I think they had to put a bulb in it, and other than that, I think it went straight through. There's an advisory apparently for a bit of surface corrosion on a subframe, which seems to be on every single car put in for MOT now. You might say, why don't you clean them down, wire brush them and wax all them? Well, because apparently they still have to note it even when you do that. So it is what it is. I think you're going to see a lot more MOTs now with advisories for corrosion, because the MOT testers are now liable for 3 months post MOT for anything that comes to light. So they're all covering their backs by the looks of it. But anyway, yeah, past MOT, so I've got a little short drive and we'll tuck it back up in the unit ready for the winner to pick up. Right, just before I pop this back in again, I want to have a little look underneath, because it's actually got advisories for front and rear subframe, and I'm getting it on absolutely everything at the moment. I want to have a quick look. I genuinely have not looked at all myself yet, and we'll see what everyone's opinion on it is. I mean, yeah, there's some surface corrosion on it. If you look at the other side, I mean, really? Oh, mouthful of smoke. Well, it's not free of corrosion, but how much corrosion do we expect on a car that's 10 years old? So look at the front one a sec. I hope it doesn't run me over if we can get underneath it. Might be a bit too low. Again, yeah, there's some surface corrosion on the stuff, but like I said, I think it's going to be incredibly hard to get advisory free MOTs, because as I said earlier, we can wire brush that stuff down. As you can see, if you wire brush that stuff, lanyard guard it and coat it, that'll be good to go for ages, but it'll still be an advisory on the MOT. So are people just going to think you've been trying to cover some up? Do they want to see it for themselves before you start putting that stuff on it? I don't know, comment down below. I think a lot of you are going to be seeing cars that have got that on the MOTs now. I'll be interested to see what your expectation will be when you have a look under the car. Do you want to see it coated in wax, or do you want to see it with nothing on it at all? What have I done with my keys? Yeah, comment down below, I'll be interested to see. Could be death of sale of cars this sort of age, to be honest, this new sort of policy on corrosion on surface stuff, because as a dealer, don't forget that up to 6 months a dealer has to prove that the fault didn't exist at point of sale. After 6 months the buyer has to prove that it did exist at point of sale, and they can do that, and they can make a claim anywhere up to 5 years, as I understand it, under UK law. So if you had an MOT when you picked up the car that says there was surface corrosion on a component, you could theoretically come back to somebody a year later and say, oh, I've just had to have it welded, it was a fault at point of sale, let's come after you for cash. I know it'd be fairly unlikely, but under law you could end up having to defend yourself against all kinds of stuff. So it may well be that this kind of age car just becomes the forte of the private seller. I think I left my keys down there. Well, firstly guys, look at that, the sun is out. Wow, it is lovely today. It's the Saturday of the bank holiday. I've got a couple of subscriber buys to show you. Adrian went and picked this one up yesterday for me, just outside London, I think it was. It's a 2015, well, mid-2015 Peugeot 2008. Never had one of these. Subscriber got in touch and offered it to me. Massive thanks for that, much appreciated. I think they were getting a new car if I remember rightly. It's the 1.2 with the wet belt, but being a subscriber's car, they do things right, don't they? And he's had the cam belt done. I've got the invoice for that. It is, I say, it's a 1.2. It tells me it's the 130 horsepower. Now, having driven this home and back last night to check it out, I would agree that it is. I did not expect to like this car. I got it because I thought it's a small CC petrol. It's not particularly big. It's a little bit higher off the ground. Bang on for Devon. But drove it home and back last night and really liked it. I did not expect to at all. That little 1.2, I mean, I say it's got to be 130, I'd have thought, from the pull it's got. It felt every bit as pokey as that 1.5 DCI that I like. It's in the Mercedes, it's inside there, it's in the Dacia, it's in the Renaults. It has that kind of real low down mid-range torque. so you don't have to rev it much, and that torque really pulls strongly. I'd have to get online and check out what the torque figures are, but I was surprised how well it did on some of the hills. I thought it was a bit ambitious when I saw it had a 6-speed box, but no, it works really, really well. So I don't know what the road tax is. I imagine that's low. The fuel economy on the dashboard was saying it's average 45 to the gallon, which doesn't seem bad either. It rides nicely. It is absolutely bang on, as our subscriber described it. So many thanks again for that. That is obviously the biggest concern when you buy blind, because I did buy blind. I say Adrian was going to pick it up for me. No, it's absolutely bang on. The only paintwork, there's no paintwork at all. There's a paintless dent removal to be done there. If I can get the guy out, I might have to have a go myself. Other than that, the alloys are all in nice condition. Obviously it's covered in dust and dirt from me taking it home and back. But yeah, the alloys are good condition. Bumpers needed going over with the outroll. They're a little bit greyed, but the outroll will bring those back out again. Interior is spot on. If I was ultra picky, the driver's seat's got a bit of sag in the base. The foam itself seems alright, it's just the fabric. I only spotted last night when I picked up a rather inebriated Mrs. Chops from a friend's house that it's got an illuminated roof as well. Those little lines in the roof, they light up at night. Just a nice little accent on there as well. 3 of us I picked up. Brooke was there as well. She wasn't inebriated, I would like to say, but she was seeing a friend. I picked her up at the same time. We all fitted in it okay. Obviously when I drive, there's not a lot of room behind the driver's seat. But yeah, I've left the keys in it, look at that. Good job I was doing this. I was really quite impressed with this. It's got a nice kit on it as well. I don't think it's the highest spec, but it's got Bluetooth, it's got DAB radio, aircon, USB auxiliary input. Like I said, 6-speed box. All the interior is in nice condition. So we've got all the paperwork and service history over there. Sorry, the sun's playing up, isn't it? Got a few chrome accents on some of the stuff. Quite impressed with this. Mileage was 65,000, if I remember rightly. Yeah, 65,000. Drive's really, really nice. I couldn't fault the drive at all. This one is one that actually, to be fair, we can get it sort of washed and polished and photographed and videoed and put up for sale, and then try and put the dent guy in. And I can't remember if it's due a service or an MOT quite yet. There's the phone going, somebody else after something. Small cars are light again, guys. Anything under 5k is a light. I won't get to it in time, so I'll just carry on. Then we've picked up this one as well. Adrian went and picked this one up for me. It is a Kia Rio 1.2. I haven't driven this one yet. I need to test drive it. But it's a 1.2 Kia Rio. There isn't an awful lot that goes wrong with them. I'll grab the keys in a second and have a look at the interior. We've got a dent over the rear arch there. This is another subscriber buy, sorry. I don't know if I clarified that. I think someone had given up driving. I think an uncle or something had given up driving. Yeah, there's a few sort of dents in the door there. Little dentless removal ones. But that one needs paint there. Alloys seem in decent condition. It's again a bit dirty. I haven't had a chance to wash this one yet. I know I've got to deal with some lacquer peel on the wing mirror cap and some lacquer peel on the door handle, but the rest of it seems to be, it'll come up okay. It isn't going to be a hugely expensive car, so I don't think we have to go absolutely crazy on it, but it is a 64 plate, so it would be nice to make all the paintwork good. It was a smoker's car. Oh yeah, this door's open. It was a smoker's car, so there is going to be quite a lot of interior cleaning. We've got some burn holes in the seat there, and it does have that smell of smoke, and there is a bit of yellow into the headliner, so this is going to be quite a laborious interior clean with the G101, a drill brush. Anybody got any tips on what to do with burn holes in the seats? I've never really dealt with them before. Got a little bit stitched up there as well. Anybody got tips on how to deal with that? That'd be ideal. I mean, we could find another seat, I guess, but it seems a bit of expense for the sake of a couple of burn holes on a car that is now over 10 years old, isn't it? We've got Bluetooth, aircon, auxiliary input, so it's the sort of standard you want on one of these. Those are the important things on it. Yeah, it'd be a good, nice, cheap run around for someone. It just needs a really good clean and airing out, and it needs that bit of paintwork doing, which means it'll probably be to the back of the queue for the moment. but it's a nice piece of stock to have in. You never go far wrong having one of those in. We've got another piece of stock coming from a subscriber next week as well, which is, I'll keep under my hat as to what it is, because it's quite a cool little car. So and I plan on doing a bit more video content on that. I just want to say, obviously, huge thanks to everyone that's getting onto the website and putting in the details of the car they wish to sell. You can do that. You can come via Instagram, phone calls. Obviously, I do get super busy, so getting back to people on the phone can be a bit of a wait. So if you go onto the website, fill in the form, or find me a message on Instagram or the Facebook page, I can then get onto those in the evenings when I'm not so flat out during the day. Obviously got a couple to go out today. I don't know if I already mentioned the Fiat 500, the i10 are sold. The customer's picking up our winner is going to be picking up the little little Mini Cooper S there. So all we'll have retail wise, and here is the Doblo, the Mercedes, the Ibiza and the Focus, and they've only been up for about 3 or 4 days. So it'd be nice to, the i20, white i20 over there, I've just photographed and videoed that, so we'll put that up for sale now. I want to pull the Swift over, do little bits of paint on the Swift. There's just a couple of bumper corners I can do myself on that. Clean that up and get that up for sale. Hopefully I'm getting the Nissan Note I bought auction back soon, so we can get that up for sale. Like I said, we'll clean the Peugeot, do some photographs of that. The Kia will probably wait. I'll do the bit of paint on the C-Max there, get that up for sale, get all my stock ready for this month, because we had a good run last month and we are a bit short on stock. To be honest, I normally like to have sort of 2 or 3 rows in there, so I've got plenty to pick out from. If people come, they can pick a car out from the sort of bundle, and we can get it prepped specifically for them. So yeah, if you are thinking of selling, big favour to me if you hopped on the site, or like I say, on Instagram, and let me know what you got. Just in case we got any of the trolls in the comments, I did ring the customer straight back 2 minutes after doing that, the one that phoned, and it was actually Cliff, which is the best customer in the world ever, if you remember rightly. One of my earlier videos on Dan Alpha Ragazzi. He's the chap who took a car away, had it for a couple of months, and decided he thought it would benefit from a new clutch, and had it fitted without even asking me. And then he came back and I had the air conditioning done for him, and I said, why didn't you mention it to me? I mean, if you're OG, if you remember that from Chop's Garage, he bought the little red Ford KA. That must be getting on 3 years ago now, but we stay in touch. Every time he's looking to sell a car, he also swings by to offer it to me. They're normally a bit too nice, a bit too sporty, because he's gone up a bit in the models he has now, but he's having a problem with his Fiat Cubo. The dash is flashing. And he was ringing me up because he knows I've had a lot of experience with the Fiats. And normally on the Fiats, as far as I'm aware, you normally have to send off the dash to ECU testing to get it sorted. I don't know if the Cubo is the same thing or not. So I said to check out their website, because it's quite a useful website, that ECU testing. If you're having electrical issues, then you go on there, you find your make and model, and it tells you the most common symptoms of issues and whether it's one they think they can deal with or not. So he's going to check that out. Be nice to speak to him again. It's been a while. It's the end of the day. We've sold the Kia Rio today. Not a big profit maker, but a good car to move on. We've had it around a little while. It costs a little bit too much in prep. I'm going to take the Firebird home. The sun is out. Now, I just want to take this opportunity to tell those of you out there that have cars like this, you have your classics, you have something tucked away, get out there and use it. I know all too well how easy it is to say, do you know what, I'll just hop in the Ranger or the Swift, it'll be easier. But you know, because the Firebird does X, Y, Z, it uses a bit of coolant, it's using a bit heavy on fuel, the idle's a bit too high, whatever, or the paintwork isn't perfect. Nah, just get out there and use them, guys. Otherwise, it's just going to end up a project sitting in your garage forever. Don't be precious about it. You'll never get to enjoy it. Let's face it, you're never going to get to the end of life and go, oh, I wish I hadn't driven the Firebird as much. What you're going to end up saying is, I wish I hadn't fussed as much. I wish I hadn't waited for my car to be absolutely perfect to get out and enjoy it. Make some memories. I'm going to take this home this weekend. I'm going to go out for Costa Coffee with Brooke on Sunday. Maybe get down the pub in it, see the guys in it, just have a bit of a laugh in it. I've got fuel in the boot, like I said. I've got coolant in there as well. I've got a jump pack. I've got AA cover. At the end of the day, worst case is I'm going to sit on the side of the road for an hour or two waiting for a recovery truck. But if that doesn't happen, I'm just going to make some really great memories in the sunshine. Anyway, hope you all enjoy your weekends too.